Isaac Newton was a student of mathematics and theology at Cambridge University. He graduated in 1665 with no particular honors. He wasn't even that outstanding of a student. But the year he graduated was the year the bubonic plague hit Europe. Everything shut down. Plagues are nothing new. He was forced to go home to his farm, and for the next 18 months, society was shut down. But that gave Isaac Newton time to think. He would sit and think about those things that he'd learned in school. One day, as he was sitting just kind of contemplating life, an apple falls out of the apple tree, and he watches it hit the ground. And as he lifts it up, he notices the moon is in the sky, and he just starts to think, what keeps that moon circling the earth? And by the way, in 1665, people were perfectly aware that the earth was round in its exact diameter. But he also knew that when an object is put into motion, it continues in a straight line unless some force causes it to alter its direction. So why does the moon not fly in a straight line and escape away from the earth? And he started to think. He had time to think because of the plague. He put his idle time to good use. And 18 months later, when he went back to the University of Cambridge, he astounded his professors with his knowledge of mathematics, physics, optics, color, light. He made original discoveries in almost every area of science, brilliant discoveries. He wrote a book called Principia, which was considered the most brilliant mathematical thesis ever written on the operations, the principles by which the natural world operate, of any book ever written in science up to that day, before he was 25 years old. Newton used his time well, and he used his God-given abilities well, and he realized the natural world does operate by natural principles, and yet he spent more time studying and writing on God's Word, on the Bible, on its implications in theology, than he spent writing about science. He never disconnected the two. He knew that God does and had performed miracles in the past, but that doesn't mean we couldn't depend on the world to operate by natural principles. But just because it operates by these principles doesn't mean God has not performed miracles. He is the one who created life. He is one who created the principles by which science operates. He's the one who literally and supernaturally caused stars, matter, time, and energy to form. And knowing these things does not keep us from understanding science. It actually gives us a reason for knowing why science exists.